studded Rolex at the Grammy Awards. They still selling dope, that's those Miami boys. Killers everywhere, it ain't no place to run. Forgive me for my wrongs, I have just begun. Ain't no mercy, ain't no mercy.
What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Tino coming to you guys today with another video. Today was pretty interesting. I just so happened to be coming back from the Chinese store and I seen a tweet that IW was going live with their Rave and the Redwoods stream. So I tuned in on the way here, and then once I actually got here, sat down, recorded a little bit, and I must say this is like I've never been interested into zombies. I've always played it, you know, on my free time and just for leisure purposes, but I can't say that I've actually been like into it like a lot of people are nowadays, you know. So when I checked it out, I was like, okay, you know, things seem a little, you know, this is good. This is really good. So I'm gonna play a little bit of clips for you, give you guys my thoughts, my reactions, and just show you guys a little bit of screenshots that, well, I took screenshots, but they're going to show you like some concept art and stuff. It's like a 12-minute clip, so the video will probably only be about 15-20 minutes depending on how much I talk about it. But enough about me. Let's get right into it.
Into this rave, but you know, there's a whole bunch of other character archetypes during that time period. So as you guys got to see, we're rocking Sally as a gangster now. That's a big change from her coming as a Valley girl, where she was, you know, the soft and sweet girl. But Sally's a badass now. She's going to come in and she's going to be tough. She's got the sort of claw nails. She's got the finger tattoos going on. You know, she's got her bandana going on. So she's, you know, she's.
Now, mind you, I played Zombies in Spaceland, so she changed a lot. She used to be kind of like a girly girl-ish type deal. Now she looks like a fucking vato, you know what I'm saying?
Really stepping it up quite a bit, you know. And then, of course, our nerd Poindexter, you know, he's our raver now. We wanted to have someone that was true to what we were, you know, bringing to the table for Rave and the Redwoods. So he's going from being this sort of super knowledgeable character to almost someone they have to really pay attention to, because this guy might get himself into trouble if they don't keep an eye on him. He's really into perk candy and stuff like that, so they're keeping an extra special eye on him. And then, of course, Jay's character, the rapper, you know, grunge was a big thing in the 1990s, you know. One of my favorite bands of all time, Nirvana, man. I mean, we were really trying to capture that feel. So he's got the flannel going on, but he's got another flannel going on. He's got the ripped jeans going on, the classic Converse style shoes. And his character really, he's going for like a really kind of a party dude, man. So he's stepping away from his sort of his rap persona and stepping into that. And last but not least, you know, AJ, you know, we're bringing him into a completely new role from being the jock. The jock, he was sort of this sort of hotshot, cool guy that thought he was, you know, better than the rest of the team. But now he's sort of a hip hop wannabe, almost like Vanilla Ice. Really, that's really was the inspiration.
Wait, is he coming for Vanilla Ice? Now, mind you, I'm not saying that Vanilla Ice was like Ice Cube or he was fucking Pac, but Vanilla Ice, he was pretty good. He set the tone for a lot of Caucasian rappers nowadays, you know?
Inspiration to creating this character was, you know, this guy who...
He looks pretty badass. I'm not going to say I disagree, but he does look pretty badass.
Who, you know, was kind of street savvy or thought he was street savvy, thinks he's really cool. He loves his threads. He loves his gold chain even more. And he thinks he's a rapper, even though he's not a really good one. And you guys will get to hear some great VO from him. I put out on Twitter the other day to a couple of people that were asking me questions, but I make reference in his VO to, you know, rap groups like Wu-Tang Clan.
Yeah.
So, you know, people pay attention to what these guys are saying, because we're trying to grab as much reference and material from the 1990s period. So when you're exploring this world, it feels authentic to that experience.
That's very cool, and I like that the characters are changing into that, right? So it's like you're almost relearning them, and they're relearning themselves as they go through this process. So that's one of the cooler things to me, especially since I kind of grew up at the end of the 80s and then into the 90s. So it's kind of cool. So I think one thing that everyone's really excited to talk to, besides some of the stuff we have coming up, is the weapons. What are the new weapons and traps that we can look forward to seeing?
Now, here's where I'm gonna put my input in. Zombies in Spaceland, they kind of put every weapon that's in multiplayer into the game itself. So it kind of seemed like, you know, they didn't spend enough time on it, which, you know, let's be honest, they only spent like 6 months on the multiplayer and 2.5 years on the campaign. So who knows how much time they actually put into zombies. But no, with this part kind of it some zombies members are going to be a little triggered. Some zombies members are going to be like, well, you know, finally we have a challenge. You know, me per se, I you know, after seeing this, I am going to get the zombies myself. I don't have a PS4. I have an Xbox One. So I'm not going to be actually, well, I'll probably get some footage from like another YouTuber or some stuff or something like that. But as far as me playing it myself, I'm not going to actually be able to play it until February unless I get myself a PS4, which I don't know. I mean, I just got my PC. My Xbox has like so much stuff on it. I don't really know if I'm ready for the move yet, but depending on how this goes, depending on if I'm gonna switch to PS4 or not. I mean, if they stick with PS4 for another year, then maybe I'll switch over. Cause yeah. But let's get back.
Oh, we've got some good stuff. So one of the things that we really wanted to push in this map is sort of that feeling that you get when you see slasher films from the 90s. You know, everyone's not walking around with an NV4. Everyone's not walking around with, you know, shotguns and all that kind of stuff. But what they are doing is they're grabbing melee weapons. They're grabbing anything that they can find to protect themselves. And so as you got a chance to see in the trailer, our cast of characters are getting a machete, they're getting a golf club, they're getting a spiked bat, they're also getting a double-sided axe, which is super awesome. So we really wanted to push that melee aspect of combat, and players will get to actually experience that very early on in Rave in the Redwoods. One of the things I really want folks to know today is that you're going to spawn in with nothing in your hands. There is no pistol. There is no knife. There's nothing. So you're immediately going to have to find something right away and protect yourself. Fists aren't going to get you very far.
Oh man, I think we actually have two of the weapons to show. There's one of them.
Ooh.
Now that's a pretty dope crossbow. I will say one thing, and one thing I will never ever take away from Infinity Ward as a developer for Call of Duty, mainly because of the fact that they are solely responsible for 3 of the best Call of Duties ever made. The 3 I'm talking about, obviously, Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3. Now, I'm not going to voice my opinion on Ghost because I played Ghost a lot, but I wouldn't say it's one of the best. It's one of the better boots on the ground. It's probably the worst, in my opinion. And I'm definitely not going to voice my opinion on Infinite Warfare. We've been down that road before. I'm not going to do it again. But yeah, like they one thing they've always been good at is camos. You know, all the camos that they put into Modern Warfare Remastered and Infinite Warfare are tremendous, spectacular, if you will. I love them. I'll never say that their camos are ass or that they suck or they seem kind of basic. Treyarch, on the other hand, Black Ops 2 had way better camos than Black Ops 3 did. Now, don't get me wrong, I do like the fact that they added the whole COD organizations, you know, the CWL camos like Optic and Envious and Splice and Millennium, all that. You know, that was a really good move because they finally figured out they're like, hey, people do actually pay attention to these people. People are fans, you know. Let's add these camos. People can show them off. There were some camos. They did a better job of putting in player outfits or whatever the case, specialist outfits than they actually did camos. Which, you know, in turn, it's not a bad idea, but at the same time, it's like, yeah. Not to mention, if Infinity War just dropped like 100 camos into Infinite Warfare. Like what? 100? Seriously? Not only do we have to, you know, pay for weapons and shit, or better weapons, kind of pay to win, but now there's more camos. Continue.
Ooh, that weapon looks really cool. I will say it's going to take some
It is a crossbow, by the way, if I didn't say that already.
Serious work, guys, to get that pretty thing in your hands. So keep your eyes peeled for all the little secrets and Easter eggs that we've buried, because, man, we've buried them hard. But you can definitely find these things, and they do some
I like that one a little better.
amazing things to the zombies.
Ooh, ooh, awesome! I love.
Now, I did not hear him when he first said it, because I was in all ooh and ambience about the camos and shit. But he did just say that each crossbow with selective camos has different effects on the zombies itself.
Love the paint job on them. I think that's awesome. So this is called Rave in the Redwoods. So let's talk about the Rave mode. So what is it? Why is it? What made you guys want to make this instead of just leaving it as like this dark, ominous cabin in the woods? What was the decision to have Rave?
Well, I think Rave Vision is what we're calling it, is sort of, it's the stark contrast to the experience in Rave in the Redwoods. You know, you're walking around this really dark, gloomy, abandoned campsite, and then you jump into Rave mode, and all of a sudden everything is hysterically colored and bright and just super neon. And it's really an exciting experience to go from this darkness into this bright world. But unfortunately, when you go into Rave mode, we make it a little more intense and a little bit more scary. So that guy that we've talked about, the slasher, he's in Rave mode. And every time you step into Rave mode, that guy's going to be there waiting for you. He's going to be, you know, coming.
So I think they're kind of mixing how MW3 had survival mode, how they're kind of, and you know, it had their selective juggernauts and armored assholes, is what I used to call them, because they were assholes. But they're kind of integrating those kind of big characters into zombies, just like Black Ops 3 did, where, you know, you get to a certain level and you gotta like rip this guy's eye, you gotta shoot the guy's eyes out, then you kill him and things like that. But with them, it's like, okay, they're not gonna let you get like a special power up, or as they call it, rave mode. They're not gonna let you get that without having their whatever characters going in a rave mode with you. So it's like, yeah, they're already hard to kill. Now they just got a little bit harder, just a little bit.
Out and giving you just a little bit of a hard time. You know, you guys getting a chance to see his concept here. You know, one of the really cool things about the weapon he's carrying in his hand, and you actually get to see it in the trailer as well, he loves to grind that across his metal mask so that he can, you know, create sparks and sort of really freak the player out. I mean, who really wants to rub a chainsaw against their face? The slasher.
This guy's weird.
So I think we've got his Rave more concept. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah. So this is another version of the slasher that you'll get to see. And there he is, all raved out. As you can tell, that guy's much bigger.
Yeah.
Much
He's got a chain
bigger.
on his
So there's a way
back, he got a
to
fucking
sort of
saw on his
transform the
wrist.
slasher into
Dude,
sort of
that's
a
crazy,
super
bro.
version of himself.
We're going to be seeing a lot on social media, I think,
Oh, yeah, I think so.
right after this. So one thing I think some people picked up on the trailer was the music. Can you give me a hint or a little taste of what we can expect?
Yeah, so, you know, we want to stay true to the theme of it being a rave. Now, this is unlike Spaceland, where there's a PA system everywhere and there's a DJ who's, you know, cranking out tracks. But when you're in the rave area of the map, you know, we want to have, you know, tracks spinning up that make you feel like you're in a rave. So even as you begin to approach that area, you can start to see the lights, you can start to see the sound, all sort of the feel of that experience. And you might hear things like Alien Sex Fiend that'll be rocking out there, or Crystal Method. So there'll be stuff that takes us back to that 90s period. And I have to call him out, man. Brian Bright, this guy does the music selection for all the stuff that we do. Even though we all sort of chime in and give suggestions, this dude owns more music than anybody I know. Like vinyl albums, 8 tracks, CDs, forget it. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. He probably has 2 garages worth of music stored. He is really a music buff. So shout out to Brian for the excellent choices that he made in Spaceland, and I think you guys will not be let down. If you're into rave music, 90s rave music at all, Brian has hooked you guys up once again.
Well, very cool. I think we've got one more piece of concept art, and this is a Sasquatch concept. What is this about?
Oh, this is
Now this is weird. This gets me because it's like it's hard to explain though. It's really hard to explain because like why would you put, I mean, I get the idea you want it to be in the woods. When people go to the woods and they think it's scary, the first thing that comes to mind is Bigfoot or Sasquatch. Yeah, that's fine. But in the same sense, it's like, why? Let's find out.
about us really trying to play off that woods theme. You know, one of the things that's elusive that everyone wants to see in the woods is Bigfoot. Everybody wants to see a Sasquatch. You know, they're looking for the footprints. Everybody's tracking them down. Well, we had these really awesome rounds in Spaceland where these exploding clowns came out and probably gave a bunch of people nightmares, including myself. These guys are going to replace our clown rounds, and when they come out, they're going to ferociously come out and try to rip your face off.
Oh,
now
fun.
they're far more aggressive than the clowns, and you know what? They're not going to blow up and go away. These guys are going to chase you until you take them down, or they eat you alive.
Oh,
fun.
fuck no.
Yeah, these guys were super fun to design.
Yeah.
And this
Especially
thing has a
having,
rave
like,
mode too?
The rave mode versions of these guys in there. It was awesome to be able to kind of come up with the idea
Zombies
and
gonna
then
be
really
fucking
kind of
insane.
push that and then make them kind of even more like sort of tribal and creepy in rave mode.
Yeah, and if you guys notice that they have a rave version of themselves, that means that just because you've gone into rave mode, you're not safe. These guys are coming along for the ride, so you got to take them down. Rave mode won't save you, and if you go into rave mode with those guys, homie Slasher's gonna be waiting for you.
Oh, geez. Now you're making me nervous now. And I think you know, we've for Zombies in Spaceland we had these awesome posters. We have all kinds of cool T-shirts and designs, and we have a poster to show for Rave
There
in
it
the
is.
Redwoods.
There it is. That's the one we've been teasing all this time. You know, the whole idea was really to not give away the character archetypes too.
The dude right here looks like fucking Burner. Those of you who don't know who Burner is, just Google him. He's associated with Wiz Khalifa. I think he's just one of his rappers who's in Taylor Gang, but he looks exactly like Burner.
Soon, we didn't want to give away the fact that we got this awesome celebrity in Kevin Smith that's joining the cast. But there it is. We wanted to let people get a chance to see this thing in all its glory. And who knows? Maybe we'll find a few into people's hands. We'll never know.
Possibly. We might do that. Very, very cool. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me today. You know, as you guys know, watching at home, watching online, we have the DLC next week, the 31st, first on PlayStation 4. So make sure if you haven't grabbed that season pass yet, you do that. And I think we should go upstairs and play a little bit. But I think before we go, we've got something kind of cool.
Yeah, you know, we love you guys. So we got a little something extra for you guys that will help tell a little bit more of the story and hopefully get you guys a little bit more pumped because Rave in the Redwoods coming soon.
Bye, guys.
What's with the Letterman jacket?
Damn it! No matter. The Rave will surely end their silly little existences once and for all.
No, no, no! Where the hell are we now, Bathos?
I think the other question is when the hell are we?
We're not in the 80s anymore, dude.
Yo, how about who the hell are we?
Grunge, really?
Looks like I got your old gig,
It's like
Andre.
Childish Gambino.
I don't know about you guys, but at least we aren't in that demented theme park anymore.
Yo, shut up, hey! I heard something. Listen.
Oh, shit, man. We got zombies again.
You have got to be kidding me, man.
It's like Scooby-Doo. Whatever. Alright, and that was the end of the stream. I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. I really appreciate you guys. I'm gonna be updating you guys with just as much COD information as I can find out. My phone is always, within arm's reach of me. I'm subscribed to Charlie Intel's tweets, which is just basically a lot of YouTubers' #1 sources for everything that has to do with Call of Duty. So the minute I find out things, I will be right here with my OBS open, waiting to make a video. Faster it comes to me, the faster I can get it to you guys. But until next time, always be safe, be happy, and enjoy yourself, okay? It is your boy Otis Tarantino. I'm out.